Hey performer, welcome to the Creatively Performing Arts podcast. Are you ready to get back to your creative passion for singing, acting, and dancing again? Hi, I'm Estelle, beginner voice coach, performer, and Christian creative, and I know how it feels to want to use your God-given gifts, but to stay stuck in fear. The solution is to just get started. So, in this podcast, you'll find beginner singing and performing tips, inspiring interviews with artists, and help to push past your fear so you can finally start performing again. So pause your Broadway playlist and take a vocal rest, because the show is starting and you're the star of it. Let's begin. Hi, welcome back to the show. How are you? How's it going? Happy Monday. You know, this weekend was really interesting for me. Actually, not even just this weekend, like the past couple of days have been kind of interesting. So if you follow me on Instagram, which you should, come follow my personal page at Estelle Avberry on Instagram. The link is in the bio, or not the bio, the show notes. As always, you can also follow Creatively Performing Arts for podcast and voice studio updates, as always. But I usually hang out on my personal a lot of the time, and I was talking about the audition. I talked about the audition. I posted a story. I was like a picture of myself before I recorded this audition for kind of a big audition that hopefully I can give you more information about later. Just because I personally would like to talk about it maybe when I have more information about some of the results for it. Anyway, it's kind of a big deal, but to me at least. So I hope to share it with you soon. But, you know, I took a picture before the audition of me like in my dress. It was like a professional recording of the audition that my voice teacher helped me, recommend and set up. And I was so excited and also nervous. And it was just a mix of emotions. And I was singing two songs that I love, but also are very hard. So I sang Stars and the Moon from Songs for a New World by Jason Robert Brown. So yeah, pretty beautiful song. Okay, if you never heard it, go look it up. Listen to Shoshana Bean's version. Amazing. Also listen to Audra McDonald's version. Just listen to it all. It's so good. But Shoshana Bean and Audra McDonald's are two of my favorite singers. So especially like theater, Broadway singers. So I was like, obviously I love the song, but and I've been working on it with my voice teacher for a while. But again, it was challenging for me, especially the words. There are a lot of words in the song. And then the other song was Moments in the Woods from Into the Woods by Stephen Sondheim, another Broadway great, huge Broadway composer, who does not always write the easiest of songs, especially like when it comes to like intervals and key changes and whatnot. But it was, I love this song as well, and I was excited to sing it. I actually learned the song in a couple of weeks, and it was good. But again, the words, there are a lot of words in this one too, but I loved it. I loved singing them. It was hard, and I had to start over so many times. I made mistakes, guys, okay? Like, it was not like a one-shot wonder. Absolutely not, okay? Or one-take wonder. Nope. I made a lot of mistakes, but the accompanist was so patient with me. He was also the one recording. He was so patient with me, and it worked out well. We ended up, walking away with a finished product that I really loved, and the recordings ended up sounding great, in my opinion, and I was just really grateful that I was able to have the privilege of being able to record it in that setting. And yeah, it was fun. But yeah, I faced a lot of fear, a lot of, doubts, like in that moment, like, why did I do this? But I knew that it was worth it. I knew it was worthwhile, so I'm so glad that I did it. And then the next day, on Saturday, There was a lot going on. My younger sister had her senior pictures that she was taking, and I was like, I got to go with her, but I was also like trying to finish stuff that I had put off the day before for the business, like emails and stuff, because I was preparing for this audition recording. So it was like kind of chaotic at the beginning, but I literally had to like sit in the car and pray and be like, God, please give me peace right now. Please help me to enjoy this moment and to be present, because I'm feeling stressed and I don't want to start this day feeling so stressed and upset. So I literally had to have a moment with God and be like, please give me peace. Help me to be present. Help me to enjoy this moment. And it worked out well. And the pictures looked beautiful. And my sister looked beautiful as always. And yeah, it was great. And then in the evening, she had an extra ticket to her high school musical, like High School Musical. Not that High School Musical, but a musical at her high school, which I also went to. They were doing it at a theater nearby, and she was like, "Oh, my friend wasn't able to come, so I have an extra ticket." So I was like, "I'll go," because the musical was a Junie B. Jones musical, and I loved Junie B. Jones growing up. Loved all the books. Read them multiple times with my sister, my older sister, and my younger sister too. Also read them. So we went to see the musical. It was so much fun. It was so high energy. It was so colorful. It was just really good. I had so much fun just being in the audience. We got to sit right by the stage. There was some audience interaction at one point. It was just so much fun. I was like, these kids are working hard. They are killing it. I am so excited for them. This is so great. And yeah, that was just a really great end to the night, you know. And so all that to say is, it just reminded me of how much I love theater, how much I love performing. The weekend was kind of a theater weekend for me, because I had the theater auditions, and then I got to see that show. And so yeah, it was just exciting to be reminded about the theater, and to be reminded about how much I love performing. And I know I've spent a while just reflecting on this weekend, but I want to kind of give you some takeaways from this weekend. So first of all, the first takeaway is based on like Saturday, which is to remind yourself about the things that you love. Whatever that looks like for you, whether it's listening to one of your favorite artists, whether it's going to a play, a musical, a local community show, whatever that might be. Remind yourself of what you love. I also watched Newsies, the pro shot of it on Disney Plus with Jeremy Jordan. That's a side note, but this weekend, and that was so good. I'd seen the movie, of course, like the Disney musical, but I had never seen the pro shot of it, and it was so good. It's been on Disney Plus this whole time, and I just didn't watch it, but I'm so glad I did. So just remind yourself of what you love. Remind yourself of why you love it. And I know that this episode so far has been very like expositional, like very much me telling stories. But I do want to leave you with a couple things, and that the first thing is really to don't let yourself kind of get stuck in a rut where you're, living your daily life, and then you're making time for your creative outlet, of course, because you're listening to this show. So I know that you are, right? Let me know if you are. Follow me on Instagram, DM me, okay? Let me know that you are, because I want to hear that you are. But, sometimes, especially, and maybe if you're pursuing this as a career on the side as well, sometimes we get so stuck in what we're doing, and this audition, and this dance class, that we kind of forget like why we love performing in the first place, why we love being creative, that we love to storytell, that we love to connect with people that we are performing in front of, or sharing our art with, right? And so just remind yourself of that whenever you get the chance. Just remind yourself of that. That's the first thing. The other thing I want to say is I want to give you 4 tips, 4 of my tips to choosing the quote unquote right song for an audition or performance. Um, I've had lots of opportunities to perform songs, sometimes on the spot, sometimes planned ahead. Lots of opportunities to perform, and I love it, and to audition, of course, as well. But I'm auditioning more and more now, and I'm just noticing some trends of things that really work for me to help me feel confident when I go into a performance, when I go to record an audition. There are some things that really help me choose the right song, and by the right song, I don't mean the one that I don't mean the one that's going to guarantee anything, whatever that end result might be that you might want, whether it's booking the role or getting applause or whatever. Like, this is just to choose the right song for you, that you're going to feel good singing, that you're going to feel confident singing, that you're going to feel just like you are fully living when you're singing it, right? So there are a couple things to think about. And I've mentioned some of these before, maybe in past episodes, talking about songs and singing, but I have some 4 tips to choose the right song every time for you. The first one is to list songs that you love, okay? Just start with choosing a few songs that you love. Okay, these are like steps that you can do to kind of narrow down to the right song for you. This is kind of what I did with figuring out which songs to sing for my audition recently, a couple days ago. So I had already been singing Stars in the Moon in my voice lesson, and so my voice teacher and I were like, okay, like let's think of other songs that we can use that would contrast this song. The other song that I was singing in lessons was Someone Like You from Jekyll and Hyde, the musical, and I had also sung a little bit of a song from Waitress and a little bit of a song from Six, Heart of Stone. But they were all very in similar genres, similar styles. So we wanted something different. So we came up with a few different options, and they were all songs that were intriguing to me. But eventually, of course, you have to choose, right? So the first step is to list songs that you love. Love, capital Love, okay? You have to love it. You know, you have to love the range. You can, of course, you can always change the key, but like you have to love like the melody. You have to love the style of it, love the energy of it, love the story of it, right? Love the songs. Okay. The second step is to know your audience. You know, for an audition, what are the requirements? Of course, like how long does it have to be? Does it have to be a 16-bar cut, 32-bar cut, 8-bar cut? My gosh, that's quick, right? You know, did they tell you like how many minutes long? Right. For a performance, what's the mood of it? Is it, is it at a, church? Is it at a karaoke bar? Like, what is it at an open mic night at a restaurant downtown? Is it for as part of like a festival show? Like, what is it? Know the mood of the performance and kind of adjust accordingly to help you narrow down your list. The third step is to test out your top. I said 3 to 4 in my notes, but now I'm thinking maybe like 2 to 3 so that you have less to work with. But just try to test out your top couple that you truly cannot choose between yet, and then rehearse them. This is if you're just choosing one song, obviously. If not, then hey, you have your top 2 to 3, 3 to 4. There you go. But if you're still narrowing it down, rehearse them in front of at least one person, a voice teacher, a friend, a fellow performer, someone who you trust their opinion of your voice, and get some feedback. You can also rehearse it and record yourself and then like watch it back and give yourself feedback, right? And so you're testing it out. And then the fourth step is to just pick what you ultimately love and sounds best. So that nice combination of, okay, these are songs that I really do love, and then I listened to it, I got feedback. Which one sounded the absolute best, felt the best, of course, but you already know that you love them all. So which one actually sounded the best to your ear, and then choose it and don't look back. Those are my just like super simple steps to choosing the right song. And I thought I would just mention those here because I want you to know that that's kind of what I went through to figure out my songs, like in a very quick in like a very quick way, because I literally listed the songs. We thought about what the audition requirements were. We sang the songs in class, like in my lesson that day, my voice teacher, and then I just decided, I was like, yeah, Moments in the Woods sounds really good as an additional song to Stars on the Moon, and that's how I ended up with the audition. So I just wanted to share those tips with you today, as well as to kind of give you a little bit of the real behind like what's going on in my life. You know, trying to audition, not just trying, but like actually auditioning for things that scare me, and reminding myself of the things that I love by getting to go to shows, right, unexpectedly. Like, I feel like that was God helping me to remind myself. It was just a beautiful opportunity to remind myself of what I love and performing. And yeah, so I hope you remember to do that as well. And I hope that you are able to use these steps to choose the right song for you at your next audition or performance. Again, those steps are: 1, to list the songs that you love; 2, know your audience. What are the requirements for the audition, or what is the mood for the performance? 3, test out your top 2 to 3 songs, rehearse them and get feedback. And 4, pick what you love and what sounds best, and then don't look back. Okay, I hope that helped you. I hope this is starting your week out well, and I will talk to you later. Thank you so much for listening to the show. You know, just continue to perform, continue to live creatively. You know, if you're just getting started, I'm here for you. I'm here to support you. I really appreciate you listening to the show and taking the time to listen. And I want you to take action on it. You know, you are taking time out of your busy day to listen to this show, and I so appreciate it. It blesses me so much. But I want you to take action. I want you to feel supported. So yeah, take action and come to the Facebook group at the Performing Artists Community. The Facebook group link is in the show notes below. Come and join, connect with other artists who are right there with you, taking action, right there with you, you know, learning new things and helping you with it, like literally helping you with it. There are opportunities to connect with other people, to share your Instagram, to share your handles, to share your music, to share your auditions and get support and get feedback. So come to the Facebook group, go to the link in the bio. I keep saying link in the bio. Go to the link in the show notes and come and join. Do not miss out on this amazing opportunity for community. You can also get support from me by just, again, DMing me on Instagram. I am here for you. I want to hear from you. I really want to hear how you're taking action this week. So go ahead and DM me. You can also leave a review in the under the reviews, ratings and reviews on Apple Podcasts or iTunes. Like, please, any review helps so much. So please leave a review. I would love to hear that you're enjoying the show. Thank you so much. And I, again, so appreciate you being here. I'm so excited to hear what you're working on. And I hope you have an amazing week. And I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Creatively by Estelle. I hope you feel encouraged by today's episode as you start this week. And if you have a moment, I would love for you to just share this episode with a friend if you liked it, or with someone who you think this could be encouraging to. It would really help this show. Also, if you really loved this episode, if you wouldn't mind going to Apple Podcasts and leaving a review and rating this show, it would really help us reach more people through this show and grow our Creatively community. All right, thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next week.